ESPN Radio, and ESPN Radio's on the ESPN app. You can take us anywhere you get to work, no problems. Put the AirPods in, earbuds, whatever, headphones. You can listen to us live on the app. These rankings are brought to you by Dell for your small business needs. Call a Dell Technologies Advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. Key, what are you ranking?
Well, I'm going to rank the real rankings that you mentioned. I could have 15, I could have 20, I could have 10, I could have 5, 3. It's my show, it's my ranking. So at the end of the day, I got 5 now.
Yeah, however many you decide.
Yeah, that was a humble brag.
Of course.
No, he's right, though. Why take 5 all the time? Sometimes there's 7, sometimes there's 4.
And ever since I started doing that, if you notice, a lot of people do that now, but I'm going to leave it at that.
What's the number today?
5.
Yes.
Let's start at number 5.
Number 5.
5 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The odds to win the Super Bowl is plus 700. Think about the way they went into Dallas and unleashed a somewhat of a can out on them. Julio Jones, big catches for Tom Brady. Running the football, Leonard Fournette. The offensive line needs to get shored up a little bit. The receivers get a little more healthier. Then I think this defense takes over for the Bucs. They have an opportunity as the 5th team to go to the Super Bowl.
Number 4.
Number 4, the New Orleans Saints. They started off number 1 for me in the preseason based on a little bit of first half jitters, struggling a little bit against a division foe in the Atlanta Falcons. Their odds to win the Super Bowl is plus 3,500. It will get better as the season goes on. Trust me, as Michael Thomas continues to get better and get healthy again, we can certainly see him making big catches down the stretch. Landry, Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, the defense getting better. Dennis Allen feeling better about being the head coach now. They sit at plus 3,500.
Number 3.
The Los Angeles Chargers. Max, you should be happy. They were not even in this in the preseason. Now they jump all the way from not being in my top 5 to number 3 with odds at plus 1,300 to win the Super Bowl. Justin Herbert and the big trees and Keenan Allen along with Mike Williams. The defensive side of the ball with Khalil Mack. You know what they're capable of doing with Joey Bosa, the DBs. Just everything that they've accomplished so far in week 1 should carry over into the rest of the season.
Number 2.
Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. The odds, Super Bowl odds are plus 800. James should be jumping up and down in the control room right now, having them sit at number 2 with Patrick Mahomes. 5 touchdown passes, sprinkling the ball all over the field with a number of different receivers. I know there's no Tyreek Hill. They can't do certain things. All they are is 1-0, 5 touchdowns. Now he's the favorite to win the MVP after week 1. And number 1.
Number 1.
Buffalo Bills. No one circles the wagons quite like the Buffalo Bills. Bill fans, you're sitting at 1. Get off my back. Their odds, well, Shannon drops a little bit. There you go. Plus 500. What are you laughing at, Jay?
You got the odds right. You got it.
Yeah, get off my back. Plus 500 to win the Super Bowl. We know they got a great defense. We understand what they are with Von Miller and company. But Josh Allen, he continues to shine, continues to be the bigger version of Lamar Jackson. Top 5, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Let's start here. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Chargers, Kansas City, and Buffalo.
Tough to argue against Buffalo right now. They looked amazing week 1.
I got no problem with the list. I do. I'm curious for Tampa Bay, though, after that win against Dallas. Chris Godwin coming off that torn ACL, that hamstring injury. And then also Julio Jones has a history later getting injured. Like that starts to concern me a little bit for Tampa Bay, but I like the list.
It's week to week.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fluid, as some people would say.
You know what comes to my mind on that list, guys? Like, if you're Josh Allen, you played an almost flawless game. And not just flawless, but you have a huge, like the biggest arm ever. You're athletic. You can run. You have a crazy squad around you. Then you watch Patrick Mahomes, and you're like, what does it take to beat this guy? Patrick Mahomes is the best player week 1 in the league.
Josh Allen had a decent first half.
He had a great first half.
Two picks.
No, but
it wasn't really his fault. But still, look. At the end of the day,
well, they are his fault because they registered underneath his.
He put the ball in the receiver's hands. It was a completion.
I love how you do that, though. Yeah. This is why I go crazy, because Max says it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But let Jameis Winston throw 30 interceptions.
No, but because that's just the number 30. So, but if you point to individual picks that weren't his fault, I would acknowledge it. But when you rack up 30, a lot of those are your fault.
Max,
30.
So if I turn
At the end of the season, Josh Allen not going to have 30 picks.
If I turn the ball over in a basketball game 4 times because guys just didn't catch the ball, at the end of the day, you're going to look at it and say, "Oh, damn, Jay had 4 turnovers."
Right,
You're going to say it wasn't
but
his fault.
you guys are doing, it's a little sleight of hand you're doing. I don't think you even realize
You're
it.
doing the sleight of hand.
You're saying,
We're not being slick.
Look, you're saying at the end of the season, if a guy has 30 interceptions, he had a lot that were on him. Josh Allen ain't going to have 30 at the end of the season.
No matter what the number is, I am discounting
a certain number. That's not really his fault.
That's not
but
his fault.
still, when you do that,
they're not Josh Allen's fault. We know that.
When you do that, since that's true of everybody, then the ones still who have the most probably still going to have the most, right? They're still probably throwing more than the other dudes.
Would throw, if there was a 30, I would say Jameis probably would have thrown 18 of them.
Right, and so if Josh Allen winds up with 15, he probably threw 10 of them or 8. So he still threw fewer. Right.
I just think the way the game, I mean, even though Josh Allen going on the road into L.A., I get it. But just something with Patrick Mahomes, man, just feels like it's poetry.
Extra.
It's
little
poetry.
extra.
You're like, what am I watching?
Mahomes different.
Yeah, but you're going to get, if you're Patrick Mahomes, you're getting the benefit of the doubt. And the reason you're getting the benefit of the doubt is because I got one already. I have an MVP trophy already. On top of that,
and a Super Bowl
MVP. The Super Bowl, and I've been in a Super Bowl twice. As much as we are starting to come around heavy on Josh Allen has a formidable defense. Patrick Mahomes is carrying the Kansas City Chiefs.
No question.
There's a huge difference with that. Buffalo, some would argue Buffalo would still be pretty good had they just get I don't want to say a middle-of-the-road quarterback, but a guy who was like on the verge of
They'd
Pro
still
Bowl.
be good.
On the verge of Pro Bowl, right? I mean, they would still be good.
They'd still be good.
That wouldn't be the case for
No,
the
if you
Kansas
put
City
it,
Chiefs.
although they have Andy Reid, so they would be better than they should be.
Yeah, but the defense is not very good. And it hasn't been very good since Andy Reid's been there.
I mean, but Reid was going to the playoffs with Alex Smith,
and
who's a nice quarterback.
Yeah,
nice
he went to the playoffs one time with Alex Smith.
Yeah. All right, guys. Last night, let's get back to this game. I don't care. Look, it's not that I don't care what the analytics say. I believe in analytics. It's just. I know you don't, but it's like it's just because. But I question the methodology in this case.
Stuff like that.
But the point, I have an analytical mind, and I can tell you that if the analytics say
we don't have analytical mind.
Well, you say you don't care what they say.
But that doesn't mean I don't have analytical mind.
That's true, but you do it with the eyeball test and experience, and I'm actually thinking about.
It was slick.
I'm thinking about the numbers. Are you thinking about the numbers?
Always.
Okay. So Jay and I have analytical minds, and Key is like a scout.
If he's not thinking about the numbers, ask him where he goes on his contracts. What is the first paragraph in the number he goes?
In that case, we're all thinking about the numbers.
Everybody thinks about the numbers.
But the point
You
is,
have an appearance. Compensation.
that's
Page 3,
just
section B.
leading up to this. Guys, the analytics say that you're more likely to kick a 64-yard field goal successfully than you are to pick up 5 yards on a given down. I'm telling you, the analytics are wrong in that case.
I'm with you.
Of course you have to go for it
You
there.
let 30 seconds burn off the clock. 30 seconds burn off the clock.
Yeah, they didn't do a very good job of clock management at that point in time in the game.
Clock management, common sense, and then the bigger picture, which is Russell Wilson's return to